Florida Gulf Coast head coach Andy Enfield will be the new head coach at USC in Southern California. And for more, we bring in our college basketball insider, Andy Katz. Andy, put in perspective just how much Andy Enfield's life has changed in the last 2 weeks.
Well, it's hard to do, Robert. It's been pretty amazing. The fact that they came up with those 2 victories to get to the Sweet 16, dominating Georgetown in the second half, knocking off San Diego State before they lost to Florida. I mean, Florida Gulf Coast did have that victory over Miami to start the season, and then really no one really knew anything about them throughout the course of the season nationally. They took the NCAA tournament by storm, and now Andy Enfield is literally cashing in, agreeing to a 6-year deal. He was making about $157,000 a year, according to a source with direct knowledge at Florida Gulf Coast. And now that source telling me that he'll be making well over $1 million a year. So quite an increase from what he was making at Florida Gulf Coast. But I will tell you that on the USC website, Pat Hayden, the athletic director from USC, quick to point out in his quotes here that, and I'm quoting here, Andy's success this season at Florida Gulf Coast was not a flash in the pan. He has been has a consistent and proven record of success of more than 15 years in college and in the NBA. So USC clearly putting the spin that this wasn't just about the last couple of weeks in the NCAA tournament. I challenge them to see, though, whether or not they really knew about Andy Enfield prior to this run in the NCAA tournament.
Andy, you mentioned USC, and this is a program that's been to the NCAA tournament recently, but over the last 2 years, they have the worst winning percentage in the Pac-12. What kind of job, what kind of program is Enfield walking into?
Well, I mean, Tim Floyd had them in the NCAA tournament before he left USC. Kevin O'Neal had to deal with probation, and then there was defections, and never could get it going consistently. This job opened, though, early in the season. So Pat Hayden had plenty of time to survey the college basketball landscape to find another coach. They wanted Jamie Dixon at Pitt. They couldn't get him. They flirted with some other candidates. Clearly, he went with the hot guy. But, you know, Andy Enfield obviously does bring an interesting style. I mean, it's a loose, open style that obviously, Dunk City. And, you know, if that can translate to the Galen Center to put people in the seats, to get people interested in USC basketball, then it can work, because the Galen Center is one of the best on-campus facilities in college basketball. Now, people got to get to USC because they want to watch the product. The product recently had been, scoring in the 50s and 60s and not as entertaining. If you can put points on the board, get people excited, have a little showtime at USC, then maybe it'll work. Obviously, he's been able to recruit. He did so at Florida State. He's got the NBA ties. Clearly, he's got a chance here.